when people come to church, most of them, if you've been there before, you know that there's going to be an offering. That's going to include your tithes and your offering. That's it. You don't because you pay tithes and offering, that don't mean you can go downstairs into the Welcome Center and get a free T-shirt that says Camellia City Community Church on it. But that didn't come with your tithes and offering. So when you talk about lifting Jesus up, when you talk about people being drawn, don't try to appeal to the natural man. When you come to Jesus, all you promise is life. Oh yeah, you're going to get peace when you come to him. That's part of life. If you're dead, you don't need peace. People always talk about rest in peace. They tell everybody rest in peace. A lot of them folks, I hate to tell you, that dirt might be back in peace, but their souls, they don't have too much peace if you're in torment. We act like nobody ain't in torment. We act like everybody going to paradise. There's a lot of stuff that we say and do with our lives that's not drawing people to Jesus Christ, and it's not palatable to their souls. It's only appealing to their flesh. And we wonder why folks won't stay in church, why they don't, because we get behind the pulpits and all we talk about is the material things. All we talk about is things that appeal to the flesh, because we think if we talk about the flesh, we can keep people in, because we look at it like everybody's carnal minded. But there's some spiritual minded folks that says, I came because I need my soul to be saved. I came because I need my soul to be refreshed and revived. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to live in torment. I don't want to be in unrest all the time. I don't want to be bitter and hateful and striving with folk all the time. I want what you have, that he was buried and that he was resurrected. That's how you lift Jesus up. You don't lift him up by just telling people he's dead and stop there. But you got to tell the whole story. You got to tell the good news that, yeah, he did those things. He died for us, and I'm thankful that he died for my sin. And he was buried. Yes, he was buried because dead things are buried. But thank God forevermore that he was raised up from the dead, and he's alive forevermore. And so we lift him up. We lift him up. Understand, we're living in a troubled world. And it's not always easy to just pop up with the fruit of the Spirit in our lives, with all of the adversity that we face day after day after day. But one thing I know about fruit trees, you got to work on those things. You got to fertilize it. You got to break up the ground. You got to pull up the weeds around it. You got to trim the excess and prune that thing so that it can maximize its use. And so you don't need to think for one moment that you can just live your life any kind of way and that the fruit of the Spirit is going to come forth out of your life. No, you're going to go through some things. You're going to be tested. You're going to be tried. But every time a trial comes, you got to clip away. You got to prune that thing. And when you're pruning those things, it might be uncomfortable to you. It might hurt a little bit. It might go against the grain on you. You might be injured a little bit in your prideful self. But you got to do those things in order that the fruit might be abundant, that it may abound, and so that souls can be saved. I'm talking about having wisdom enough to win souls unto God and not be concerned and caught up in our own selves and trying to make myself feel good, trying to satisfy my own lustful desire. But I got to be willing to sacrifice so that souls might be saved. How are we going to go around talking about how somebody else loves you when we're not exhibiting the fact of how he loves us? If you're telling the world on the outside, yeah, Jesus came that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. You can't convince somebody that Jesus is concerned about them when you're not displaying that he's concerned about you. Your life should be saying something every single day. Your life should be saying, I'm lifting Jesus up because look what he's done for me. He's blessed me on every angle, every side of my life. He blessed me with good health for all these 68 years. He's blessed me financially when I was poor and didn't have nothing. But look what he's done for me. He's blessed me with a mind that's sound when I was ignorant and didn't know nothing, narrow-minded, without any education. But look how he's developed my mind. He's given me wisdom that comes from on high. I'm able to do the thing that God called me out to do. He's doing all of these things through my life. And if he did it for me and blessed me, then I can preach about him and I can tell the world on the outside, the same God that blessed me, he's able to bless you in the same way. Clap your hands and tell him thank you.